Hey, what's up guys, this is again Showtime with MZ back with another iOS 15 all new features and changes video. And so this is part 3, that's right, and there were 2 previous parts in which I covered first of all the designed UI changes and then these first 8 applications. And now in this part we'll cover these 5 applications starting from Apple TV, finishing with Wallet. And of course there's a question, why not the settings application? Why won't I cover the settings application? Well, the thing is that there are so many new cool changes and features that are changed in the settings application that I decided to dedicate an entire specific video to the changes that are in the iOS 15 settings application. So yeah, we are gonna now cover only from Apple TV to Wallet applications. Starting off with the Apple TV application, and so right when we enter it, we get the splash screen which says what's new in Apple TV, and so we have 2 new things as the splash screen says, which are Apple Originals and Apple TV channels. So Apple Originals is watch exclusive shows and movies, new originals every month, and Apple TV channels says pay for just the channels you want, share with up to 6 family members, and features may vary depending on the region of course. So these are the 2 new changes that are in the Apple TV application in the iOS 15. So as you can see right over here, this is the splash screen and you can read everything over there. Moving forward with the podcast application. So here we are in the podcast application, and if we can take a look at the library section over here, we have the new options as opposed to what we had in the iOS 14 previously. So this is how it would look, the library section would look in the iOS 14, and now there are much more options basically. So we have shows, saved, downloaded, latest episodes, most recent, all unplayed, and so yeah, those are the new options that we get. Also, the changes are available in the search field of the podcast as well. So now we can browse the categories in the search field. This is how it would look in the iOS 14, no categories whatsoever. And now this is how it looks in the iOS 15. So we have a bunch of cool new categories to browse. And so these categories are Explore subscriptions, Pride, Top charts, comedy, news, true crime, as well as we have society and culture, sports, business, religion and spirituality, health and fitness, arts, TV and family, history, education, science, leisure, music, technology, kids and family, fiction, and government. So, and you can browse each and every single one of these categories and find individual podcasts. Now, just like with the Apple TV, we also have the splash screen with the podcast application which says welcome to Apple Podcast subscriptions, which says support your favorite podcasters and unlock and ad-free listening bonus episodes and more, and podcast channels says discover all the shows from your favorite podcasters in one place. So this is the new splash screen for the podcasts. Now we also have another splash screen for the podcast application, which is specifically for the new podcasts library, and we have these sections which are shows, latest episodes, and saved. So this is what Apple says: shows, see all or followed podcasts at a glance, as well as latest episodes is listen to just the latest from one convenient list, and saved is easily find episodes to get back to later, and always synced across all your devices and downloaded automatically. Now, another thing that is not only inclusive for the podcast application, but still worth mentioning, which is shared with you think. And so this is what Apple describes it as. So, content shared and messages can automatically appear in apps such as Music, Photos, Safari, and more, including podcasts and Apple TV. So basically, when you open up the podcast application, for example, you can see in the shared with you section the podcast that has been shared with you via messages by someone else, and this is true for music and photos as well. Next up on the list, we have the App Store application, and in fact, there are no real changes whatsoever in the Apple Store application inside the app. But as I've already mentioned, and as I've already demonstrated in the previous parts of this iOS 15 new features, we have this new App Store widgets, which is not the applicational change, but still, I couldn't find anything that is changed for the App Store, so this is how it looks. Yes, this is the App Store widget. We are moving with a Maps application, and right off the bat you can see the changed UI icon of the Maps application. So here to compare, this is how the iOS 14 Maps icon looked like, and now you can compare these two. You can see the massive difference between them. Now, as far as the changes inside the application are concerned, we actually have a bunch of them as well. So something that you might already noticed is that we have the different color of the icons. So in the iOS 14, these icons would be blue, but now they have different color, which is black, or well, actually gray. Yeah, and also in the iOS 14 we had this information icon, and if you would tap it, we would get a bunch of options such as map, public transport, satellite, mark my location, add a missing place, and report an issue. But in the iOS 15, that icon is actually gone. We don't have that icon. We don't have the information icon anymore. But of course, don't worry, all those options that you would get with tapping the information icon can be now found at the bottom of the screen right here. Share my location, mark my location, report an issue. So all these options are just moved to the bottom of the screen. Now, of course, instead of that information icon, we have this new icon, which basically allows us to choose the maps, the different types of the maps. So we have Explore, we have the driving map, we have public transport, and the satellite. So these are all the different map types that you can access inside the Maps application, and you can change between them while navigating in this application. And I awesomely like these new features, these new types of maps. Now, if you take a look at the screen once again, you see another icon, and this icon actually is a whole new account in the Maps application that is created specifically for you, where you can browse your favorites, guides, reports, ratings, and photos, and preferences. So as you can see, for example, in the preferences, we have many things such as driving, walking, transport, cycling. I'm not gonna dive deep inside this, but we basically have many preferences, as well as you can change your favorites, guides, and many more. Now, also, the icons of the favorites are also changed. So for example, as you can see, this home icon is different than it was in the iOS 14. So here you can see the massive comparison and massive change between these two. Now, also, the new thing that is over here is these new Explore guides, where you can explore the guides. Where do you prefer to go throughout this Maps application? And even though these guides are not a new thing, we could create a guide with the iOS 14. Now you can even explore the guides, not only create them. And so you can explore guides worldwide, you can see the editor's pick, and much more. And yes, by the way, another new section in the Maps application is this editor's picks, which basically you can browse many things such as best beaches in the United States, as well as some other things as well. Quick update for you guys, there is also another new feature. If you scroll all the way away, you can actually unlock the globe view of the maps. Now, the penultimate application for today's video is, of course, the Home application. And so here, while tapping the plus icon, we have the new options. So as compared to the iOS 14, if you would tap on the plus icon here on the iOS 14, as you can see right over here, we would get only one option, which would be add accessory, as you can see over here. But now, when we tap on the plus button, we get another look at other options as well, such as not only add accessory, but add room, add people, and even add new home. So if you would tap on one of them, you can basically name the room or home, as well as choose the background for that specific room or home. So that's new as well. Also, while adding an accessory, we have now different UI on the screen. So even though these all options are the same, however, the naming of them is quite different. So we have scan and setup code instead of use the HomeKit setup code, and we also had hold iPhone near the accessory, and now we have hold iPhone near accessory. So instead of the, we have now near accessory, and also instead of having a specific button of I don't have a code or cannot scan, now we have another option in more options actually, which basically both of them give us the same functionality, but they have different design. And yes, now it's finally time for the last application of this video, which is wallet application. So in the wallets application, while adding a new card, so while tapping this plus button, we have different design. So add to wallet, and as you can see, this is the new design. If we would do it on the iOS 14, this is how it would look. So we would basically get this new Apple Pay screen over here, and we would tap continue, and then we would add a card by scanning. But now here in the iOS 15, we have available cards, which are the previous cards. So it means basically the cards that are installed in the wallet application of the other devices. In my case, it's in my MacBook, but not on this device on iPhone. We also have this same screen that we would have in the iOS 14 of Apple Pay, where you will tap on debit or credit card. But there is also, again, another section, which is the travel card, where you can quickly browse all the traveling cards throughout the entire globe. So you can get Hong Kong Octopus, you can get Japan Pasmo, and some other things as well. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to click like and of course subscribe down below so that you don't miss any future videos just like this. And of course, you can check out the previous parts of this video, which are down below in the description, where I covered the design and UI changes as well as the first 8 applications, starting from FaceTime, finishing with photos, camera, etc. So I'll see you guys there. Bye.